What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about why I'm going to see F9. Now, I've been doing this new series. I did it a few weeks ago for a couple games, and I said, why am I going to buy them, why I'm unsure about them, why I'm not going to get it. This is a new series I'm trying out. This is obviously the first movie I'm attempting, and it's an interesting movie considering, well, number one, it's one of my favorite franchises of all time. I cannot lie. I have a bias, okay? So that's why I'm going to go see this movie. You guys can bag on me all you want, but it doesn't stop my love for this insane, incredible franchise. But no, it gives me a chance to talk about it one more time, or maybe one more time. Maybe we'll do another video before it officially releases, because it comes out, obviously, I guess 1 week today from when you guys are seeing the video, 1 week tonight, right? And I'm very, very pumped to see it. Now, one thing I also want to say, well, actually two things that stem from one. Number one, please, for the love of God, do not spoil this movie for me. I've actually, if you can believe it, I've gone this far without knowing a single thing that's going to hit. Now, I've seen the trailers, but I haven't seen anything about the movie. Maybe some tease about like the after credit scene, but please don't spoil it. And number two, I am aware that this movie is out pretty much in the entire world. Everybody and their mom has seen this film. Every reviewer, even some person that lives in their basement, like in a small little closet, which, by the way, I record out of a closet, so I'm not dissing that. Everybody seemingly has reviewed this movie or seen this movie, except for me, arguably one of the top tier fans of Fast and Furious. Okay, so I'm a little, if you can tell, I'm a little ticked off about that, but I will, it's fine. It's cool. I hold nothing against it. I am excited. So I want to keep that in mind too. Like, the movie's out. People have seen the movie. There's reviews. We know things from the review. We know how people feel, right? But I want to tell you guys how I feel. So that was a very long-winded opening, but there were some jokes. There was some back and forth there. So make sure you guys are subscribed if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. I will be covering F9 when I see it. We'll be talking about the ending. We'll be talking about the future movies. I'll be reviewing this movie, all of that stuff, okay? And final thing, if you guys want to support us on Patreon or YouTube memberships, we do have them. They're the exact same thing, just in two different spots. Patreon, links in the description. YouTube memberships, obviously the join button is right next to the subscribe button. 2 tiers, pretty cheap, I would say, overall, and you get exclusive stuff for each of them, okay? It's not just support, just to support. Would obviously appreciate it. You don't have to, but would appreciate it if you guys took a look. Okay, so, why am I going to see this movie? Well, it does boil down as easy as I'm a Fast and Furious fan. Look, this movie seems like, I guess because of like the box office numbers, and even I would say based off of what critics are saying, like not every critic is loving it, but, summer blockbusters, I think that term has kind of not really been very, I guess maybe even to me, it's never been very powerful, but I do kind of consider this movie somewhat that. Now, I think it's more important than just watching things explode and watching cars race. Now, that may be the only thing that this movie has. However, I would say based off of reviews I've seen, there is, that family aspect. There is stuff that goes on there. Whether it's done well or not, or whether people like it or not, that's obviously up to the individual. But you could look at this as just a fun film. If you don't think too hard, if you go in, you turn your brain off, which honestly, you could say you could have done that for a lot of the past movies. Now, I think, I mean, I love 5. I can see why a lot of people say 5's their favorite. 6 is my personal favorite. 7 is great, but it's a very choppy, very messy. I don't blame them because of the whole Paul Walker situation. They kind of had to do it. And I actually really liked 8 quite a bit. But 8, I could imagine, like, if you just turned off your brain, you'd be fine. But I actually think there is a lot of emotion and heart and care, kind of beneath the scenes in 8. So I would kind of disagree with it being just again, like action. But yet again, I'm very biased. You guys could absolutely hate the franchise, and I'm just, over here praising it like there's no tomorrow. But that could be one reason. And I would say it is one reason why I want to go see this movie. I mean, I want to see good action. And I think these movies have always had very high set piece. They remind me of like the Uncharted games, right? I mean, very different, I would say, but no, they're very high action in that respect. And then yes, I mean, it's the 9th film. I mean, I personally count Hobbs and Shaw. I know, I guess nobody else really does. I mean, it is a spin-off, but it is in the universe, and it's Fast and Furious Presents. So I would say the franchise as a whole, this is the 10th film. But if you don't want to count that, I mean, obviously F9 makes sense, okay? But no, I mean, I want to see what happens. I know from some people's reviews that some things didn't go the way they wanted, or maybe it doesn't push it far enough, or whatever. And again, I didn't even read enough of the reviews to fully get a grasp of it. I don't really want to. I don't really care what Rotten Tomato critics think in the first place. I really don't trust any of them in the first place as it is. But I want to see it. I mean, John Cena, besides the whole his last incident, let's say, with a certain nation, okay. Besides that, I really like the guy. I've liked him for a long time. And I think ever since I saw the first trailer where he was in it, I was like, yeah, this can work. This can really, really work. Where I think he can absolutely nail it. So I'm excited to see that brother dynamic. I'm excited to see everybody back. I'm excited to see Mia back. Jordana. Very, very exciting to see the whole gang return. Obviously, justice for Han, right? And then really, honestly, in my opinion, to see where it goes. And also, well, one other thing, over the last, and this is a little separate, but I think this is kind of important. Over the last, year, the movie was obviously supposed to come out last year. When they filmed it, and when the movie was supposed to come out last year, it was designed where this was the second to last film. There'd be one more movie. Now, the thing is, everybody's confirmed now there's going to be 2. So, it's 9, then there's going to be 10 and 11. They film it soon. It should release in back-to-back years, and that'll be the end of the mainline franchise, and then there'll be spin-offs, okay? Now, I'm fine with that. The more the merrier in this situation. Now, not always, okay? Normally, I hate it when franchises milk, when I guess they get milked, right? I'm okay with it for this specific situation. But no, I mean, well, what's interesting to me, and again, I don't know how the movie plays out, but I'm excited to see this, is when they filmed the movie, did they set it up for 10 to be it? So, did it end on such a big thing where it's okay, going into 10, here's going to be an early look at the situation, but that's going to be it. Whereas now, they're going to have to make 10 kind of a middle movie, right, to almost bridge the gap. You don't have to do it, in a way where it doesn't matter. I would prefer that all these movies matter, but you can make 10 sort of a bridge between, 9 and 11. So that's something I'm going to be interested in, because when they filmed it, they didn't know that that this was the first of a basically a trilogy. Whereas, they thought it was almost a back-to-back with the final movie, whereas now it is. It's the first movie of basically a trilogy that'll end at 11. So, I'm excited to go back to theaters. Now, I say that even though I have. I have gone back to movie theaters. I saw Demon Slayer. Was actually the only other movie I've seen in theaters since everything kind of reopened. I love Demon Slayer, by the way. So, I'm excited to go back again, excited to have the movie theater popcorn. So, I know a lot of rambling. Ultimately, I'm just very excited to kind of see it all come together on screen again. I mean, again, I've been a fan of this franchise for a very, very long time. One final thing I'll say, and I've said this before over actually the last year, okay, I've kind of thrown it in. What's interesting is, out of all of these movies that have been delayed and delayed and delayed, whether they were delayed 1 time or 2 times, or for Morbius 7 times, right, or 8, however many that stupid movie's been delayed, out of all these movies that have been delayed, okay, Fast and Furious, or F9, is the only one, in my opinion, that's, or I guess for me, it only matters for me in this situation, that's kept my excitement still at an enormously high level. I'm excited for Black Widow. I want to watch it. I'm going to watch it, night 1, day 1. But my excitement has absolutely dropped, a lot. Morbius, I didn't care much for. Now, I mean, it basically is a negative number in terms of excitement, okay? So there's a lot of movies that were pushed from last year to this year and still have been pushed. Uncharted would maybe be the other one. I'm more, curious, not necessarily, super in, well, I love Uncharted, but I don't want the film to, kill the franchise, okay? So I'm really interested in that one, but even that one, I say, has dropped at least a little bit. F9 is the only one where, they delayed it. They delayed it a full year, and I was this is one of the most upsetting days of my life, but at the same time, I'm still excited. To this day, I'm still excited for this movie, whereas I'm telling you, every other film that was delayed from last year, and or has been delayed still right now, I've dropped excitement for, except for this movie. And I think that, I don't know. I mean, obviously, again, this is a top 3, top 4 franchise in my life. Of course, I'm going to have a bias, and of course, I'm going to like it so much that these things aren't going to really impact it. But I'm ready to watch it. So, Let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? Have you seen it yet? Again, seems like the whole world has, except for me. Maybe I'm just imagining that. Maybe a lot of people haven't seen it. I hope a lot of people haven't seen it so we can have these talks. But let me know if you guys are excited. Let me know if you guys are going to go see this movie, when, all of that stuff. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, again, or leave a like. That I didn't say in the beginning, but that definitely helps these videos out. Again, Patreon and YouTube memberships, if you guys are interested. Patreon's in the description, and YouTube join button obviously is next to the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope to see you all on the next video.